Welcome back to the Better Than Yesterday podcast / YouTube, where we focus on information, motivation, and realness. We got 5 topics. Today is Wednesday, April 15, 2020, episode 168. First topic. Was 911 an inside job / conspiracy? Now, for years, and this is no offense to anybody that was in the military or anything like that, we all remember, if you're a certain age, you remember 9/11, how devastating it was to our country. I was a sophomore in high school. I can tell you I was in my ROTC class. Yes, I was in the ROTC class how it happened, when it all went down. I remember back then they didn't have those, they don't have the wall TVs. They rolled in the car and we watched that. And I remember just the feeling and the mass hysteria of people thinking, I remember people saying, from Rockford, Illinois, and one of our neighboring cities about, 20, 30 minutes away, they were saying that they thought that planes would hit the Byron nuclear plant, things like that. So anyway, the whole point I'm trying to get to this topic is a lot of throughout the years, I always believed that that's what it was. Al Qaeda, Osama bin Laden, that's who made the attack. That's what I still believe. But for years, I started hearing things about it being an inside job. And Michael Moore did a documentary that was talking about it being an inside job, and it was a setup, and it was a conspiracy. And I started getting about 75, 25. Maybe it could have happened. I don't put things past the possibility. But then I started reading this book, The Believing Brain. And man, this guy kind of just destroys a lot of the conspiracy theorists about why it was not an inside job or whatever. And for me, it just kind of made me go more towards 50, or not 50, but more towards 90-10, because, I always like to keep my mind open and objective about things. But the facts he put out about why the building collapsed, it was certain questions that I had. But at any point, if conspiracy, I would suggest that you go read the book Believing Brain. He kind of gets into it in the latter chapters. There's a lot of conspiracy theory things out there, and that one I just thought was real interesting. That people highly believe. I'm like 90-10 believe it was organic, it happened. But there's a lot of people on the other side that just think the whole thing was just made up. So this is just an interesting topic, interesting thing to discuss. Topic 2, you will not box me in. Oh my God, I literally just said that like on a post last night on my Facebook. I just refuse to be politically divided. I mean, you see people post about the right wingers and the left wingers and not millennials, but the soft side and the hard side and the anti. Like, I just refuse to be put in Democratic and Republic. Like I said, you're not gonna box me in a situation when you tell me what I should and should not be. I think it's just the ugly thing how we've let political parties divide us. You do realize you could be for the Second Amendment and still be for abortion. You know what I mean? Like you could be both. Like, you could do whatever. I'm not saying those are my political views, but I'm just saying you could be both. You don't have to put yourself in a box and, I'm gonna go all right, I'm gonna go all left. They think they might think, if you're on the left, you smoke weed. If you're on the right, you go to church all the time. Like, it's just so many things that you allowing yourself to be boxed in. You need to have an objective view of life. New information should change your view of life. So for me, I will not be boxed. I knew this for years, even though I was raised mostly, no disrespect to my parents, but just the way we were raised to just be on the Democratic side. But fiscally, if financially, whatever word you want to use that talks about money, I like the not the Democratic, but Republican side of things, or the at least strong viewpoints. So fact that I'm not really into socialism and things like that, even though now we going through that with the stimulus checks. But you see what I'm saying? But again, I don't like the hard side of this, or it's just basically the whole point I'm trying to tell you of this topic is keep yourself open-minded and objective when it comes to your political views. Vote with policies. Topic 3, use your pain for motivation. a lot of people, they might get caught up in their pain as an excuse. They might get caught up in their pain as a reason to hold them back why they can't do this or they can't do that. For me, I'm using my pain to fuel me. I've always used my pain. Now, I don't have any recent pain like I had some things as a kid, but I use all of that to fuel and just know where you came from. Now, well, I guess I'd say recently, financially, I had the most pain few years back, but that motivates me to keep going, save, watch how I spend, budget, all that. So that pain is probably the pain that's most recent to me, that affects me more than anything, because I refuse to be back to what I was or what I went through or whatever. I don't even want my child to go through that, so I want to teach him all my financial knowledge that I know and tell him to keep seeking out his own, But yeah, use your pain for motivation. Don't allow it to bring you down and take you off your focus. Topic 4, you know what? This week I really haven't too much about the quarantine and all that stuff going on so far, but it sounds like things are being positive and the numbers are coming in. It sounds like there'll be a transition out of the shutting America down and more into let's get everything rolling. Let's ease into it. I know we ain't gonna be full speed like we was before, but the things that's gonna really change is the entertainment business in general, sports and music. I don't think we'll have big, huge, thousands upon thousand concerts and sporting events for a while. I just don't think, just out of fear. Then I think financially, people are just not going to be able to afford that. So out of those two things, I just think that artists and sports teams and sports leagues are going to have to come up with new ways of getting their fandom back to create more revenue. But like I said, I just don't think we'll be in a situation where when they open things back up, it's going to be a slow pace. I don't see us having 60,000 people at an arena or 40 or 20,000, whatever it is, be at an arena. So it's just one of those things we just have to understand. So anybody into sports and entertainment need to understand that, and they're gonna have to find new avenues. And it's gonna be a while. I think it'll be at least close to a year before everything kind of gets fully back to normal. But I think we're gonna get transition. There's still things, maybe smaller groups, things like that. So just something I was thinking about. I was listening to the Breakfast Club and they were discussing it a little bit. I was like, that's pretty intriguing, but yet understandable. Just like I said, between the fear and the economic standpoint, even when certain things are open, people are still going to be struggling because they can't afford. They don't have the expendable cash that they had before. Final topic. I just posted about it last night on my Facebook. And ladies, do you prefer for a man to be upfront with you, and honest about wanting to have sex with you? I had mixed reviews. Most women that jumped on the post said that they do prefer a guy to just come out with it. Now, it's all in discretion. Someone made the great point of, okay, you could tell me that doesn't mean it's going to happen that night, and also it's the approach, like, if a guy says he wants to kick it and blah, 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 and it comes respectfully, and then, you get there and you're talking to him face to face or whatever you're doing, and he's, basically telling you, I'm just looking for a sexual partner or something like that. Is that what you want? Do you want men to just be out open there? Or do you want more of a woo thing? I don't know. I know people like to say sex isn't everything, or at least they used to. I don't really. I guess I take that back, because more of our generation don't really say that, it ain't everything. Of course, we all know from the previous generation that it means that sex is not just everything. And I understand what they're saying when they say that. There needs to be a mental and emotional connection. But it is very vital. That's the whole point of what I was trying to say, is very vital. So it was interesting to see that women prefer for a man to just come up and be front and stop waiting. And someone said, don't mess with my feelings. I thought that was genuine, because, women and men are different on that. Now, a lot of women don't understand that there are certain guys who are a little bit more sensitive and don't just need sex. In fact, it does not really do nothing for them. Just that, it's just really not as strong as other guys. So, yeah, that was interesting what I saw, and I just wanted to bring that to the fray. If you message or comment about the situation. But yeah, for the consensus from what I saw, women would prefer if a guy was up front and honest about just wanting to have sex with them. Anyway, back on YouTube, thankfully, everything's rolling again. Thanks for listening to the Better Than Yesterday podcast and watching Better Than Yesterday YouTube. Today, again, is Wednesday, April 15th, 2020, episode 168, and y'all attack those goals.